Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Hazel Adams. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're returning to the channel, you know that it's been probably a couple of months since I've posted a fresh video for you all. And I apologize for that. I just had to have a couple of months off. This has been a time for me, I'm sure for many of you as well, of just exponential expansion and growth and clarification and direction forward as we move into our true authentic flow of potential as our new higher versions of ourselves in the new higher version of the earth. And so it's a big time, and this summer is a big time. June and July, huge, going into August. Reflected, by the way, in the astrology. Let me just say this. Astrology does not cause what's going on with our consciousness. It is a mirror. It's like people, even some astrologers say, well, the stars are causing this. No, they're not. They're showing us where we are in our collective consciousness and as individuals within that collective consciousness, depending on where things fall within our own chart and the houses and the signs, etc. So it's a reflection. When you look in the mirror, the image in the mirror, if you have brown hair and blue eyes, when you look at the image in the mirror, it's not causing you to have brown hair and blue eyes. You have brown hair and blue eyes. That's who and what you are. And of course, that's what you're seeing in the reflection. Same thing with the heavens. I just want to make that clear. The astrology is ridiculous for the huge energy shift that's coming up here, June and July and into August. July particularly, I won't go into it. I'm not an astrologer, but I understand energy. That's what I do. And oh my golly, consciousness and energy. July is going to be huge, and we'll talk about that in another video. So I think what I'm going to do, I really needed this time off. I don't like to be what I call the talking heads. There are so many videos you can click on, so many people with so many things to share, most of it well intended, and much of it very, very good. So thank you for clicking on my video today. But I think I do want to, I'm now ready to jump on a little bit more often with maybe some shorter videos. Maybe I've been talking a while, so far it's not short, is it? But it will be. So today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about leftover feelings of anger and resentment and wanting justice, wanting retribution for those that have done us wrong or done you wrong. I bring this up, what actually spurred this is I have a wonderful neighbor friend down the street from me who really, she had a very, very traumatic younger life, very traumatic, abuse, all kinds of things. And there's some, I'm going to say fragility, very intelligent person, perhaps emotionally and mentally a little bit fragile, although in another way, my goodness, how strong that she survived all this. But the thing is, she has a real tendency, she cannot stop being triggered. Everything turns into a trigger for what someone did to her. And by the way, let me preface this. I'm going to give you a couple of examples, what's going on, and then at the end of this, I am now, and I will continue to be opening actual space for you to move into what I call the golden flow of your authentic potentials, your true, higher, best possible vibration version of yourself. I'm holding that open for you, and we'll focus on that at the end of this video. So anyway, I mean, she's a wonderful person. She's got a big heart. She's kind and generous, and she has been in the past so wounded to where every single thing triggers her into anger and what people did to her. things, since I'm not saying this is because of me, but I probably am an energetic anchor in this uh, on this part of the planet, so to speak. I'm an energetic anchor, and of course I have contact with her. She's been doing great the last year or two. All the health problems that were so bad, and all the bad doctors that made the problems worse, and all the things that were just going wrong are now going right. The best doctors are who she's seeing. Her health is much better. She's got her energy back. She's feeling good. She's in a good mood most of the time. She's doing wonderful things to support her own joy and well-being, and it's wonderful to see. And yet, and I mean, and as an example, she's had horrible neighbors in the past who just deliberately tortured her because they knew she was fragile. Now she's got a neighbor next door that she was expecting the worst from, sort of, and they had a tree come down on her fence. They were there in a very timely fashion, got her fence fixed, did what they needed to do. She's got good neighbors around her. Things are going well. And it still sort of surprises and amazes me how quickly, though, she'll turn to my car, Kathy's car, quit. The timing belt, long story, it didn't break, but doesn't matter. It took out the engine of my beloved 15-year-old Subaru that I was going to run until it didn't run no more. Well, now it's not. Anyway, lost my car. And so on that note, she was talking about how she bought this car, but she had to buy it because, X and so did something to her that made her lose the car. And then those son of a guns after the flood came through, and they were supposed to fix her property, and they stole from her. And just things are going so well, but how quickly down that road of victim, of someone done something to me, I've been wronged. And so I want to point out to you, as I tell that story, how we need to focus on what's true now. That's what I have to be a little careful what I say, because like I say, she's a little fragile. But what's true now? Yes, that did happen. No one's saying it didn't. No one's saying that should have happened or that those people were okay to do that. No, not at all. However, here's where you are now. Here's what's true now. Here's what you're moving into now. The joy, the expansion, the good people that you are now magnetizing, attracting into your world because you're ready for that. Do you understand what I'm saying, everyone? If we're focused on what someone did to us and that keeps drawing us back, it's a magnet to the lower vibration, to fear, victimhood, negativity, opposition, opponents, adversarialness, someone, that lack and against other people, or it's that whole negative paradigm that we are totally lifting out of right now, everybody. And so if you are holding grudges, anger, resentment, you want to see justice, and I'll give you another little story here. Make a choice. It is not about condoning. It is not about saying they did okay, or that it didn't matter, or that it didn't hurt, or that it didn't upset you. Yes, and you were entitled to feel that way. Fine. But you are here now. What are you choosing for yourself moving forward? Focus on now. I am, and I'm ready to be. I am my essence, my truth, my being. I am surrounded by positive energy. I am moving into the higher vibration and being with others who are also higher vibration. I am doing that. I am here. If you're still focusing on, well, I am, but everybody else, there's just a bunch of, they're down there lower. Yeah, well, your I am in that instance is, I am raising but other people aren't doing so well and I must help them. You're getting into a little bit more of an ego thing. I'm asking you to move into the joy and the expansion. Let go, release, let go of and release whatever isn't that joy and expansion and pure light flow that is you. And you are unique. When we're ascended and we're walking around as our God selves on earth, whole consciousness in our body, we've brought our body vibration up to where we're literally aware of ourselves as being God consciousness, walking around the planet, creating our delight. When we're doing that, you're still you, and you know it. You know that you're not Kathy. You know that we have our own unique gifts and perspectives. And no more this and that to work on and fix. No. But we have our own unique gifts and creativity and perspectives. And so let's move into that. It's a forward thing. So moving on, I want to give you another little example. This is actually a client who I spoke with relatively recently because she called me, that I used to see here and there. She's a client who came to me originally probably 8 or so years ago. In the healthcare field, she's a doctor, and her son, I'll say is autistic, but he was going through she was having a very rough period. And she was having a real fight with the world that she was inhabiting there, where she was. The school and the neighborhood was not supportive of an autistic child, and she was having a terrible time. So she came, and I saw her several times with her son, and then on and off through the years, saw her, and maybe she attended this or that. I don't remember now. A wonderful person, and she had said she's awake, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get it that you're awakened. She didn't like it very well when I had said, because she had kind of implied that, well, I'm here, I'm awake. And I said, yeah, there's more. You're awake, but there's more. And I think she didn't like it because she maybe at the time felt that, well, I'm awake, that's it. Oh, it's never it. There's always, it's not that you're not awake. It's always that you're expanding and more and more and more, and assimilating more and more understanding and awareness and ascending. But in any case, she had a very bad experience with I'm not giving details away here, a business person that she and her husband had contracted with, and this business person really deliberately set it up to rip her off, as in take her money, not deliver what was promised when it was, but then have her kind of in between a rock and a hard place, to where contractually she didn't have anywhere to go. And there was this attorney that turns out that she went to, but turns out he was kind of in cahoots with the business person. And so they took advantage and cost this woman and her husband a good deal of money and heartache and legal proceeding, and all mess, terrible. And she felt, rightly, really angry and ripped off. Absolutely. And she came to me for a few sessions during that to work through it. And in a later session that she had come back, she was having some emotional, still anger and resentment around it. It came up in her session that was holding her back in the lower vibe. I mean, she is awake. When you're sitting in the creator's seat, you're no longer at the mercy of what some dinkhead is doing on the planet. Oh yeah, they might have ripped you off, blah, blah. But when you're in the creator's seat, you see it and you don't vibrate there anymore, and you don't experience it anymore, because you see how you were vibrating in it and you move on, and you don't. So bottom line, it had come up in her session that she was, I want justice. I want justice. And the sessions are always channeled. This isn't just Kathy, although I could tell you, yeah, that's not going to help you. But it's all channeled. And it came up that it's like, that's holding you back. being willing to let go of that need is what will allow you to rise where you don't even feel that way anymore. That's not your experience or your truth anymore. That's not where you are. And so we did the session. I didn't hear from her for about maybe a year. And she called me somewhat recently, telling me how angry she'd been with me for a year. That I told her she shouldn't be angry. In the first place, I did not say that. Absolutely, you're entitled to your feelings. One of the main things we do is you have permission to feel what you feel. You have permission to feel what you feel. And then you move into where, okay, why? What's true for me? Well, I'm at the mercy of what people do. Ah, am I? Do I need to be? Can I move up in my vibration to where I'm in the creator seat, in the higher vibration where I can see what's going on, what I'm vibrating with, and make choices about what I'm saying is true for me? I am victimized. I am ripped off. What are you doing? You're exactly staying there in that. So anyway, she called me to tell me she'd been angry at me for saying she shouldn't feel angry, which is not what happened, or want justice. And I said, the wanting justice isn't what you really need to worry about. People like that, you don't need to worry about wreaking your justice on them. They're not happy people. They're not living from love and expansion and joy. If they're going around ripping people off, they're already in a negative, dark, sort of ugly place. And things are they're not gonna just be happy and wonderful. Things aren't gonna go well for them, one way or another. Nobody wants to work with a thug. No one wants to employ a thug. No one wants to buy something from a thug. No one wants to, frankly, do business with and sell something to a thug. Thugs don't just have a wonderful life and just keep going ad infinitum and just happy, happy, happy without consequences. That's not how it works. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about his karma. You worry about you. Go where it doesn't even matter to you what that person did. And understand, within this, she was financially fine. She and her husband have plenty of money. She has healthy. Her kids are doing great, including the young man who is autistic, but he's doing great. He's grown and great. She has a husband who is healthy, who loves her. They've moved into a house that they really love. I mean, everything is, but she's still stuck on justice for what someone did, instead of where are you now and where do you want to be and go with your joy and your expansion and your creativity. What do you want to create? And so I wanted to share that with you, that hanging on to the need, the resentment and the anger and the revenge and the justice, whether it's for a personal issue like that, or someone was very unfair to you, maybe your parent that raised you, or a partner, a spouse, or somebody that treated you like crap. I'm going to use the word forgive. Hold on. Forgive is not, oh, it's okay that they did that. I shouldn't feel that way. No. They shouldn't have done that, and you had a right to feel that way. Forgive is not, well, it's okay. I brought it on myself. Forgiving is cutting yourself loose from a boat anchor that's holding you back from your joy, from your rising and your expansion. You don't need to worry about what people around you did. That's not where you are anymore. It's like, have you ever, I don't know, this came to me earlier when I was thinking about recording this. Have you ever, seen or had this happen to you when you were a kid in school, and, you're all looking at what your neighbors are doing and what the kids there are doing and what they're talking about. And it's like, and the teacher said, you need to worry about you and what you're learning here. What they're doing that's not your business. Don't worry about it. Stop looking at what other people did or are doing, not your problem. You focus on you and your joy and expansion and rising into the highest, best possible vibrational version of yourself that the God consciousness intended and that you have the ability to fulfill, if that makes sense. Um, again, seeing people like that, it's like, oh yeah, I've got this and this and this, and I'm going great. And it's like a dog running off. Oh, but there's a rabbit. I got to go back after what someone did to me. Don't be distracted by that stuff anymore, you guys. If you do still have some resentment and anger and need for justice, acknowledge it, forgive yourself for it, and agree, intend, and ask, capital A, and agree to free yourself of it. Someone else doesn't free you. No one else is in charge of you. Create your sovereign. You agree and intend to release whatever is not your higher vibration, your pure, authentic, unique love light that you are as the God consciousness, as you. And if you don't believe me that those people are not happy and they'll deal with their own lessons, I'll give you one. Well, it's really the same family, but two little examples within the same family. When my husband and I lived in a little country mountain town in Colorado years ago now, one of the families in the valley, the High Mountain Valley where he grew up, they were very kind of strong personality people. And in retrospect, I'm going to say I realized they were kind of ruthless, just kind of ruthless. They would deliberately let their fences be down so that their cattle would go in on other people's properties and use up other people's resources. The sister, she was selling, so it wasn't, maybe it was Amway, I don't know, but it was something, and she was kind of ruthless about it. And anyway, just kind of ruthless. This is what we're doing kind of people, and they were completely grown. I mean, like probably in their 30s ish, 30 to 40 range, or early 30s anyway. Anyway, and they had a ranch. Well, the brother of this family, my husband was out working cattle in a pasture with him one day, and there was a bull that had not wanted to go along with the program. And this man, just with glee and ruthlessness, roped this bull and tied him to a tree. He enjoyed dominating and being cruel to this bull, and he tied it up. My husband's a cowboy. He knows, but he did not like what he was seeing. And then the bull died there. He let the bull die there, right? He was getting revenge on the bull for giving him trouble, this poor animal. And then, with, again, glee, he went to the dead body and cut out the sexual organs to use as a souvenir. My husband was very troubled with this whole mindset of this person and didn't work with him again. Well, golly, a year or two later, this man was in a small, like Cessna type airplane flying over the ranch land, flying, with his work. And the plane crashed and his legs completely got smashed up in that crash. Instant karma is a biatchki, everybody. Nice, nasty-hearted people do not have nice things go on for them because it's not a match vibrationally. The sister, again, I don't need to go into deep, but I could just, she was ruthless and things her way. This was years later that maybe a neighbor, years after we'd moved and everything, she evidently had two twin boys. In fact, I think she was just nursing them when she was trying to sell my husband something before he was my husband. But anyway, her two young twin boys, they were grown, probably 20 years old, something. They were out partying, drinking with some other young people at some lake or pond up there in the hills. They drowned. Both boys drowned. One went in drunk, started having trouble evidently. The brother, drunk also, went in to try to save them, and they both went down. No one is celebrating that. That is awful. I felt so bad, still do, for that poor woman. But I'm just saying, love-based people that aren't nice and don't live through love and empathy and joy, empathy, compassion, consideration of others, They're not even vibrating with that. So of course they're not going to experience the good stuff, everybody. That's all I wanted to say to you today. And I'm sorry, I know this went longer than I anticipated. I doubt I'll even edit this. It's just like, this is it. Stay with me 1 second here. You know to press like and subscribe. I hope you will. But I wanted to let you know that today is Sunday, June 14th. I will be doing a Lights, Lights, all caps, which is a 20 to 25 minute, very concentrated group transformation and healing. I'll be doing that today at 2 o'clock Eastern time. We do it via Zoom, and it is only for the people that register or come live. It's not something that will be available to other people to buy later or anything like that, because I work within the energetic field exactly created by the people that are attending and exactly what's going on with them. And I do ask them to, if they know of something that's kind of bothering them or they'd really like to see changed, health-wise or in their life, to sort of put that up on an invisible clipboard here. So I'll be doing that today. It is very affordable. I do it so that people who don't have money for a full session or time can get the transformational changes they need. You can check out my website, KathyHazelAdams.com, classes and webinars, for more information about that. And then also, I'll just give you a heads up that for solstice, I'm going to be, I haven't posted this yet, I haven't decided on the day, but I'm going to have a pretty brief 50% off discount on everything. Sessions, packages of sessions, all of the spirit talks and the mid-month meditations that I've been recording and posting to my Patreon page, all 50% off. And Patreon, you do not have to be a member at all to purchase the classes and webinars and clearings and the spirit talks and the mid-month meditations. You can access them all. Just Kathy Hazel Adams, Quantum Spirit on Patreon, and then click on the collections tab. So let's, as I promised, I have been holding open for you, and I'm going to focus on that right now. Thank you for being with me here today. I appreciate it so much. And I hope that you'll start joining me, and that, because I feel ready now to get on here a little bit more often. Once again, I'm ready to come out of, I wasn't hiding, but I'm ready to be here with you all in a more direct, present way. And I am always, just so that you know, whether I'm recording a YouTube, or I'm in session with you, or I'm in a spirit talk, I am always an open space for you to move into your expanded, highest, truest, best possible version of yourself, your true joy and satisfaction, your true golden flow of authentic potentials, the you that you're built to be able to be and participate in the new version of the earth. I'm always holding that space open for all of you. And you will always take exactly what benefits you, and any shifts you need will just come to you. This space allows for all of it. I'm seeing all kinds of physical healing frequencies and things going on here, but I'm not going to go into it. We won't do it. I'll be doing a group session later today. There, you can still register for that at KathyHazelAdams.com. And yes, I can talk while I'm holding space open. I can multitask. Thank you all so much for being with me today. I'll see you next time. Have a magical day. Blessings.